Hey guys, it's me, James, and this room is hot as hell again. This is my end of the month vlog where I talk about things from the previous month of August, things like the games I've played, the TV shows and movies I've watched, and also updates about this channel. We're actually going to start with channel updates first. So the first thing, as you may have noticed, I changed the name of this video series from what I've played, read, and watched to monthly vlog. I mostly did this because I wanted to talk about other subjects like the channel updates, if anything else happens in my life experience, or maybe I buy something that I want to talk about. I could do that on these videos now and substitute something like what I've played, read, or watched, because if you've watched some of my previous vlogs, I have not read in the past couple months, nothing from to completion at least. So being able to substitute one of those things for something else, especially if I don't really have much to say in those other subjects, it's nice. Also, I feel like this name is a bit more of an honest name, I guess. Like, this is a vlog. That's what this is. Also, if you've checked out the profile page or the YouTube page, whatever you want to call it, for my channel, I've changed it up a little bit. I added, you can put like your featured channels. So what I'm doing with that is I'm featuring the channels I like. I probably have to add more to them, but for right now, if you want to know like what channels I like, that I like watching, and that I may gain inspiration from, you can go check those out. I'll probably do a video in the future where I talk about each channel and why I like them and what videos I suggest you should watch from them if you want. But that's probably further down the line. If you followed my channel, you may have noticed during August, I pretty much only put up Academagia. And there's a few reasons for that. First of all, Academagia is kind of easy to produce videos for. Like, an hour and a half session of Academagia can get me like 5, sometimes 6 episodes. And because of that, I put out Academagia every Monday and Friday. And usually I fill up Wednesday with like a vlog or a let's start or a let's look at. So for all of August, pretty much I didn't do a single video on Wednesday, and it's really stupid why. I was supposed to do a let's look at my quick look style videos where I show off a game, and I wanted to do that for Pyre, but I had difficulties recording it. With DxTory, I couldn't get it to record properly. And then I thought I could do it with OBS, but then I recorded the video. And first of all, the commentary for that video was terrible. I could have done a better job. But also the frame rate for the video was terrible. I guess OBS couldn't keep up with the game. And then, so I was like, I guess I'll have to re-record this. But the thing about Pyre is there's no manual saves. It's only auto saves. So I was like, okay, I need to find another place in the game to be able to sit down and show off the game. I can show off the beginning of the game and then a later match, something like that. And I just kept finding myself being too close to the end of the game at the time. So, like, those first 2 weeks was supposed to be Pyre, but I messed up the first video, and then by the time I found a way to correctly record it, I was just in a bad spot in the game to show off those later matches, which was really important to me because in the beginning of the game, it feels very simple, very non-challenging, where in the later games, it's still... I never lost a game in Pyre, match in Pyre. We'll talk about that later if you don't know what Pyre is. But it becomes a bit more complicated with items and skills and all those things. So I missed those 2 weeks. Then I was supposed to do a let's start with this game, which I'm still going to do. It's called our Startopia. It's this really cool management game that I liked that came out like way in the past. Like back when I was like in elementary school or middle school or something. I should probably double check the date when that came out. And I have a tendency to have anxiety and nervousness to like sit down and record a video. But lately I've been I've been able to record stuff. It might have been last minute, but I was able to record it. Like even now, this is Tuesday, and this video is supposed to go up on Wednesday. Like, I'm again last minute, but at least I'm freaking doing it. With Let's Start, I kept getting nervous, going like, oh, what if I have nothing to say? What if I mess up? And blah and blah, and and it's ridiculous because I should know by now I have full control of the videos. I can edit out stuff. I can make it coherent in some way. And if I don't talk, then I can redo the video. But for whatever reason, that got in my head, and I ended up going 2 more weeks without putting up a video on Wednesday. And the reason why this is important to me is I set a goal to do 3 videos a week. And it sucks when you miss that first week. It sucks when you miss that second week. It starts to hurt when you miss the third week, and by the fourth week you feel like you give up. So I'm trying to fix that. I'm trying to I'm going to record that Let's Start probably later this week and have videos going up Wednesday from now on, and try to keep up with that 3 video a week schedule I want to have. And I have to learn, if I miss a week, that happens. And to just not let that get to me. Another thing I'm going to try doing is I'm going to sit down and I'm going to come up with 5 recording ideas. Like one of them's going to be like record a Catamagian, record a Let's Start or a Let's Play for a video game. But I'm going to come up with other things where I'm just going to force myself to, for a week, I'm going to shoot all 5 of those recordings and then, edit them when I get a chance. And maybe I'll record something and I go like, I don't want to put that up. And that's fine. As long as I sit down and record it and edit it, that's the important thing. And that's something I'm going to try to sit down and figure out some ideas, figure out some outlines for the videos, and pick a week to do that. So hopefully I can get out of this little weird anxiety about recording, because it's stupid. Like, I shouldn't feel that way. I've recorded enough videos by now to know if I don't have anything to say, I can scrap the video. And a lot of times when I think, oh, I don't really have much to say, I talk throughout the whole goddamn video. So yeah, that's probably the next thing I'm gonna work on, and hopefully I'll have 5 recording sessions that I can edit and put up on the channel, and hopefully I won't scrap any of it. But again, the most important thing is getting myself in front of a camera, in front of a microphone, and talking without having anxiety, without having to spend a half hour going, okay, I gotta get into this. I gotta do this. But we'll see. And the last thing I want to talk about my channel is this really weird thing that's going on. I noticed my last 3 episodes of Academagia got limited revenue ads, which, if you don't know, YouTube is going through this advertisement craziness. And one of the things they're doing is so before videos could have, God, this is hard to explain. Give me a second. And pretty much videos, you can monetize videos, and if you did that, you would have a green icon on your videos. Every now and again, let's say for whatever, like copyright infringement, if that happened to one of your videos, it would take away monetization and would put like a $ with a cross on it. And those were like the 2 main symbols on your channel. Or you'll have nothing, and that means you're not monetizing, but ads may still appear and blah, 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 blah. You won't make money from it. What they did is they added this new icon, which is a yellow $ one. And if you get one of those on your videos that you monetize, It pretty much it says your video is advertising unfriendly, and that could be for a lot of reasons: for cursing, violence, terrorism. I don't know. There's a bunch of reasons why that can happen, and why they're doing this is kind of to let advertisers know, hey, we're kind of handling this. We're trying to make sure your ads don't appear on violent videos or terrorist videos or blah blah blah. And when this happens, it means your video doesn't get ads, but you can still make money from YouTube Red. Now, these happen on my Academagia videos. I curse, but I wouldn't say I curse a lot, especially in those videos. It's just like a choose your own adventure. It's reading. It's a fantasy game. Playing a young kid in like middle school in a like Harry Potter-esque school. Like, I don't know. It was super weird. It happened on my last 3 videos. So the first time I caught it like an hour after the video went up, so I felt comfortable deleting the video and re-uploading it. And what happened was it stayed green. It had the green icon. It never changed to yellow. So I'm like, okay, I guess this is just a weird fluke of a thing. Next video goes up, 24 hours goes by. I notice it had the yellow symbol. Don't know how long it's been there. And I'm like, damn it. You can have them manually reviewed, but in the description of that, it says, by the way, we only really review videos if it makes 1,000 views in 7 days. I don't even have 1,000 subscribers. I would love to have 1,000 subscribers, but I have 60-something subscribers. I make maybe 12 views for most of the Academagia stuff. Sometimes they're higher, sometimes they're lower. And some of my other videos have higher views as well. So that was very disheartening. I still set it to be manually reviewed because who knows what will happen. And like a day or two later, it changed from yellow to green. It doesn't say it got manually reviewed, so I don't know if maybe the system was just double-checked it and went, oh wait, we didn't mean to flag this, or if someone actually viewed it and went, yeah, okay. It does not give me any indication of that. And then the third video went up. It was green from the start, and then like before going to bed, I checked my YouTube account. It was yellow before going to bed. And I was just like, I don't even know anymore. Like, is it a tag? Is it actually able to count how many times I cursed in a video? Or is it a person flagging this as advertising unfriendly? I don't know. So this morning, actually, I asked for a manual review. And actually, before recording this, I checked my account and it's green again. The reason why this is really annoying is because it doesn't really give you any feedback. It's not like, hey, this got marked viewer unfriendly, advertising unfriendly, I mean, because we think you excessively cursed in this video. Or we think it has something to do with violence or Nazi Germany or blah, blah, blah. Something to just let me know, hey, all it does is says, your video is advertising unfriendly, and then gives you a list of things of why it could be advertising unfriendly. And it's just like, well, there's a reason this got flagged, so tell me, is it the algorithm? Maybe it was a false thing. I can double check my video and be like, okay, I cursed 5 times. Maybe that's excessive. I'll work on that for future videos. Or is it maybe someone's reporting these videos? And if that's happening, then YouTube would have to, manually review my videos. And then if they deem my videos safe for advertising, they need to go and deal with that user. But there's nothing being told to me. And it's very frustrating. I don't even get an email saying, hey, we marked this as limited revenue. So it's annoying. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's something with my tags or my videos in general. It's just happening, and I'm just going with the flow. I mean, I don't really make money off of YouTube. I have yet to make money off of YouTube, is the important thing. Um, and so this, I feel like I'm being a little bit petty because of that. Like, man, like, why am I making such a big deal? I already don't make money from YouTube. Like, and I need to work hard to make money from YouTube, and hopefully one day that can happen. Maybe I'll gain a audienceship or whatever, or I don't know. I'm getting a little ahead of myself in my daydreams, I guess. So yeah, but it's also just the manner of things. Like, it's noticeable when someone, let's say, discovers my Academagia videos and they're watching from episode 1. I can track that. So when these videos are being said they're advertising unfriendly, that means there's one less half a penny earned to me. And that's kind of a big deal because I'm at such a small space. I don't know. I shouldn't let it get to me. And let me know if you think that it's petty or not, because I go one way or the other. Like, am I being petty because I don't make money from YouTube, so why does this matter? Or am I justified because I one day want to make money doing YouTube or anything in this kind of degree? If I, worked for like a company that does videos and stuff like this. Like, this is what I would like to do. I don't know. I've probably talked about too much of this already. Let's just move on to the games I've played, I guess. Okay, before we get too far into what I've played and what I've watched, I just want to say that this month I wasn't feeling good physically and I wasn't feeling good emotionally. So a lot of the stuff I did was during the beginning of the month, and then like towards the middle, I just I don't know if you've ever felt this, but like you don't really want to do anything, and I kind of just went with that emotion. I didn't really do anything much. I didn't watch a lot of TV and stuff. I didn't play games that I wish I kind of did. But I've been feeling better today, especially. Yesterday I was feeling unwell, like physically, but today I feel pretty good. I feel like I'm capable of doing things again. I'm feeling better. We'll see how long that lasts. But yeah, because of that, because most of this stuff was from earlier in the month, I might be a bit fuzzy and a bit broad with my descriptions. It's just how it is. I should have taken notes after like finishing like certain games, but whatever. This is life. So the first game I finished for the month of August was Pyre. Um, it's by Super Giant Games. I apologize if I got that wrong. I get Super Giant Games and Super Massive Games mixed up in my head. But it's the guys who made Bastion and Transistor. It's this interesting like fantasy game where you're this guy who got thrown into this like, let's just call it Australia, what Australia used to be, where we used to was it we? I don't know. I believe it was England. England took its criminals and just threw them in Australia and said, deal with it. Pretty much you are a criminal who got thrown in these lands as banishment with all the other bad criminals. And your crime is you read. Reading is illegal in this fantasy world. They don't want you learning about the old ways and all that kind of things. Knowledge is bad. I don't know. And you find this other group of people and you join them because they need a reader to do the rites. And if you do the rites, you can find your way to escape banishment, to be welcomed back into the Commonwealth with the people who once threw you out, and be able to start life new again. And the rights are this weird like fantasy game where a ball is thrown in the middle. Each side has a burning pyre, and you have three people on one side and three people on the other side, and you can only move one person at a time. It's not turn-based, it's all real time. So you would start with one person, they would grab the ball, and then if you toss the ball to someone else, the original person would be standing, over here while the ball gets thrown back, and now that person can move. And there's all these things with, like, you have this aurora around you that you can shoot out and temporarily, like, get rid of the other team. And what you want to do is you want to bring the ball to the other team's pyre, and each pyre has points, and you want to bring the health of the pyre down. I'm sorry if that was a rambling mess of a thing. It's, again, but when you're not doing these rights, the fantasy sports ball game, you're traveling the land going to the next set of rights because they're in different locations against different teams. And as you travel the land, you'll have it's kind of like visual novel-esque, where you'll make decisions about which path you take, which will give you different bonuses or different storylines. You'll learn more about the people you join up on this team with. And it's very interesting because it's not like it's 50-50. It feels more like the visual novel part of it, traveling the world, talking to people, is like 75% of the game, and 25% is the rights because they feel like they go quick, they're fast. I felt challenged by a few, but I've never lost a game with the rights, which is you can put it on a harder difficulty. I haven't tried that yet. So, yeah, I like Pyre. It was very interesting. There was a part in the game where you learn something about the rights and about how people are allowed to leave their banishment, their prison of this land. That really changes how you think about everything. Like, when I first heard it, like, I don't know, like everything, my perspective changed very drastically, and I had to think very differently about the people I was with and my own standing with them, I guess. It was very interesting. It really changed. Like, I was very surprised how just learning that information and being told it and just seeing my own perspective just change so significantly to think differently about these characters and what is best for the team. It's very interesting. I liked it a lot. My only complaints about Pyre is there's no manual saves, and recording it can be a bitch sometimes. I actually found a way to record it with DxTory. I forget what the option's called in DxTory. It's like synchronized video FPS, I think, and I was able to record Pyre. So if you were having troubles recording Pyre, that's with DxTory. That's how I did it. That fixed all my problems. That's so frustrating. Oh, and actually the cool thing about Pyre is it seems like there's a lot of different endings to it. So there's a good chance I'll probably sit down and play the game again, probably this year even, when I don't have anything else to play. And I actually can't wait to do it because I want to do something weird. I'm sure a lot of people already done it by now, but I haven't, and that's the important thing. So the other game I played that I enjoyed a lot was Slime Rancher. Now this was a game that came out on early access a while ago. I played it back then, but it recently got out of early access version, 1.0 or whatever. And I decided to start a new game and play it. And for people who don't know, Slime Rancher is a game where you play this girl who buys this farm, this ranch, and there's these slimes that live in the wilderness. And when you feed the slimes, they poop out a diamond crystal gem looking thing. I think it's called a plort. And you can take those plorts, you can collect them and sell them for money. So it's kind of like a Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley type of thing, where you can collect some slimes. There's dozens of different kinds of slimes, maybe 2 dozens even, and you can like build cages for them where you put them in, you feed them food every day, you collect their plorts and you sell them. And there's a bit of, trying to make things automative, but you can't automate everything, which is a little annoying. You always have to collect the plorts. You always have to fill the feeders up with food. There's no like robots or anything that you can do all these small tasks to do. You have to do them yourself. So you can't completely automate the ranching portion of it. And as you gain money, you can spend it opening new areas up, either on your ranch or in the overworld. And I didn't realize this game had a story. Like, I noticed some like things on the ground, like yellow hologram looking stuff. I feel so bad now. And I checked it out, and I just glanced at it. I didn't really read it, and I just assumed it was like weird like tooltips to help people to learn. Also, there's this whole email thing happening, but I kind of ignored that. And then I got to the end of the game and credits were rolling and it was talking about certain things. I was like, oh, there's a story here. Oh, I messed up. So maybe I'll start a new game, or maybe like I should be able to check out the emails and the holograms now. I should still be able to see them because you can still play the game after the credits, and there's other stuff to look for, treasures and things. What I really enjoyed about this game is because it's not a lot of the story's not in your face. There's no voice acting or anything like that. You can just listen to a podcast and play the game, and that's pretty much how I played 99% of this game. I would just sit down with Giant Bombcast, role-playing public radio, or any other podcast, and just play the game. And because the game took so little mental thinking for myself, I was able to actually listen to the podcasts. So it was nice to do that. It was nice to catch up on podcasts while feeling like I was doing something. And it's a very like chill, kind of relaxing kind of a game where you kind of just watch your money go up and just try not to mess up. It's really interesting, and I do think people should check it out. Actually, I played it on PC, but I want to say it's also on PS4. I'm going to double check that. I'll put in the title, and you can, for what systems it's on, because I do think it's a game a lot of people might like, especially if you like Harvest Moon, Stardew Valley, or other, I guess farming games. There might be a better title for those guys, because I want to say Factorial as well and stuff like that, but that's maybe on the more extreme end of things. But yeah, Slime Rancher, it's fun. I liked it. I'll probably keep playing it while listening to podcasts. Actually, I've done actual plays for, if you don't know, actual plays are recordings of people playing tabletop RPGs. I've done 3 of them. Yeah, 3. And I've been meaning to go and re-listening to them. I hate to do that because I hate my own voice. And I just hate when I make mistakes. And I know I made mistakes because I'm new to tabletop RPGs. But I want to re-listen to those so I can feel pretty good. I want to do a video where I'm able to recommend my own videos and I have a good idea of what I want to recommend. And I want to recommend a tabletop RPG, but I have to go through them and see which ones are actually really bad in retrospect and which ones are actually good. Because I think they're all pretty bad, but I also think most of my videos are pretty bad. And the last game I played was Subsurface Circular. It's a PC game. I don't know if it's out on anything else. It's made by the team or person that made Thomas Was Alone. It's $6. It's pretty quick. It takes like 2 hours to play. And it actually has a little request for streamers and YouTubers to not show off too much of the game. It recommends not to show off anything past like the third chapter. I think there's maybe 6 or 7 chapters in total. And it's a very interesting game where you are this robot detective, but you're never allowed to leave this subway train. So the whole time you're just sitting on the subway train, and in the beginning someone talks to you, another robot talks to you and says, "Hey, robots are disappearing. My best friend got disappeared. I know you're a detective robot. Can you please look into this?" And even though you're not supposed to, because you're only supposed to take cases from like the management, which is like the human government, I guess. You decide to say, "Hey, screw it, I'm gonna look into this." And it's really interesting sci-fi. It's kind of this like visual novel-esque or choose your own adventure-esque thing, because while it's all 3D animated and 3D graphics, all you're doing is sitting in this subway train. People come onto you, sit next to you, and you're able to talk to them, and they'll say things, and you'll get like 2 or 3 options. And there's like word puzzles and stuff like that. But pretty much you're just choosing answers. So, it's not very actiony. It's not very, it's not even adventure-y. It's just, I'm having a hard time coming up with what it is. It's pretty much I guess a visual novel might be the best. Hopefully the video I showed during this segment gives a better idea of what this game is. And it's very interesting. It's very sci-fi. You only talk to other robots because the train you're on is only used by robots to get from one point to the other. You learn about the world, about how humans think of other robots, how this management government works, and like it gives a little bit of back history of what the robots were like before they were before they're pretty much made part of like the city government of social workers, or not social workers, but general workers. And it also talks about like how different robots are programmed differently. Some only have the mental capacity to do basic things, while like your robot has like one of the highest intelligence, like close to human intelligence programming, because it needs to be able to solve crimes and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very interesting. The only thing is it's pretty short. It's like 2 hours. There's like, I'm assuming 2 different endings. And I don't think you can really get a game over or anything. It's pretty much at the end of the game, you have to make a choice between 1 or 2 options. It's interesting. I think if you want to get a different perspective of like, robot sci-fi, like future sci-fi, robot AI type of things, it's really interesting. It might give you some ideas for like a sci-fi story or something. And it's $6, I believe. So I don't know. I really liked it, but it was one of those things where I played it. I'm like, oh, okay, that's really interesting. And like the next day, it never really popped up in my head again. Like I didn't really give it much thought after finishing. But for the 2 hours of playing it, it was very compelling. So that's everything for video games. Let's talk about some of the shows I've watched. I watched my brother and me, the TV show or web series. I don't know what's the correct term for that anymore. If you don't know, my brother and me was a podcast by the McElroy brothers, and you probably seen something from the McElroy brothers, especially if you pay attention to YouTube or video games. I believe most of them are involved with Polygon, and they have their podcast and they do a bunch of stuff. I really haven't. I've seen some stuff. They also have an actual play of Dungeons and Dragons called Adventure Zone. I haven't really listened to their podcasts and stuff, and I haven't really seen much of them. So this was really my first introduction to the McElroy brothers, and the show is pretty much they go back to their hometown, and it's kind of an advice television show. Like they get a question from the beginning, one of the episodes is this guy wants to buy a tarantula, but his wife says no. So the McElroy brothers decide that they need to change the public opinion about tarantulas from, oh God, they're terrifying, kill all of them, to they're cool. And a lot of their episodes is kind of weird and zany, but the humor is nice. It's good. It's funny. Oh God, I wish I could talk more about it, but it's such a blur. I watched this the beginning of the month, and the reason I was able to watch it actually, it was originally on CISO, which was a NBC or ABC type. It was owned by some network channel for comedy shows and stuff, and they tried to do stuff, but you had to pay to be able to watch the content, and they had a free subscription, but I used that to watch Harmontown, and then later on My Brother came out. But then CISO went bankrupt or something. It died, and VRV picked up a couple episodes. They picked up Harmon Quest, My Brother and Me, and other shows from CISO, and they're now available to watch for free with ads on VRV, which is this thing that was made by Crunchyroll, but has Crunchyroll, Funimation, Rooster Teeth tested, Mondo, I don't even know what that is, Cartoon Hangover, and a bunch of other different channels, and you can get a subscription with VRV, and you can watch all those channels individually have their own premium content, but now you can watch those premium content through VRV. It's actually it seems like it's a good bundle, and after watching the McElroy brothers show through it for free, I feel pretty good recommending it. Before VRV, when that first came out, it didn't have Chromecast support, it didn't have web browser support. It was just an app, and you had to watch everything on your phone. Now it has Chromecast. I believe you can watch shows on the on your web browser. You just have to make an account. And whenever I do start getting money, have money again, I'll probably even subscribe to VRV, because having Crunchyroll, Funimation would fulfill pretty much a majority of my anime needs. And then sometimes Rooster Teeth puts out something I want to watch. Cartoon Hangover seems to have a couple cool things. And hopefully they'll do second seasons for Harmon Quest and the McElroy, My Brother and Me, because those are entertaining shows. Anything else about My Brother and Me? It's good. You should watch it. It's funny. There's an episode I don't remember the title to, but it has something to do with teenage and school and stuff. And that one was really, really good. And yeah. Oh, My favorite character from My Brother and Me is the mayor. He's the best one. He's the best McElroy brothers. And the last thing I watched was Broadchurch. It's this BBC drama, like mystery, crime thing. I haven't actually finished season 2. It's on Netflix. The first 2 seasons are on Netflix. I think there's going to be a 3rd season, or there's already a 3rd season. It's not on Netflix yet. I don't know. But it's pretty much the show that has pretty much this kid dies, and the detectives in this small like town, and now these 2 detectives, one who recently moved to town and was supposed to like be taking it easy in the small town police department, and a local detective of the police department, both have to figure out why the hell did this kid die, because they find out it's not suicide, so that means someone murdered him, which means why would someone want to murder this little kid, this like 11-year-old kid? And it's very dramatic, it's very intense, it's very enjoyable. I normally don't like shows like this. I don't like dark that feels real kind of thing. But I actually enjoyed Broadchurch a lot. I haven't finished season 2 yet because it got a little too intense towards the end. I was already feeling kind of shitty emotionally with my regular life. But I'll probably finish that up soon. I don't see it failing in any way. The reason I watched it was the main character is like David Tennant, which is who used to be the Doctor from Doctor Who. And also the new Doctor, I forget her name. The new female Doctor, I should have looked up her name, I apologize. She is also in the show. And the funny thing is, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sit down and watch the show. I'll just figure out who it is later. I'll just watch like an episode or 2, and then I'll look up who she plays, because I'm pretty bad being able to, I'm pretty bad with faces. Especially like with shows where, in one show, maybe a person's redheaded, and in the next show they're black, they have black hair or something. So my intent was to watch like half of it and just get an idea who this new Doctor is. And I pretty much watched a season and a half of it before I remembered, oh yeah, one of these people is the new Doctor. Let me double check who it is. Oh yeah, she'll be perfect. Holy shit, she's good. So yeah. Hopefully the new Doctor Who will be on something like Netflix or Hulu so I can watch it. I haven't actually watched much of Doctor Who, especially after I left Netflix. So that kind of sucks. I think you can watch stuff on the BBC America, what's it called? Website. There we go. You can watch episodes there, but they do the annoying thing where after a couple days they'll remove it and then put the new episodes, and so you can't watch from beginning to end half the times. And sometimes I just want to, binge something from beginning to end, or do it over a couple days or something. I don't want to be like, oh god, I need to watch this before it leaves or whatever. So yeah. But yeah, now we're talking about Doctor Who, apparently, which I haven't watched in a very long time. So yeah, Broadchurch is good. Give it a watch. I'll probably finish it sometime this month. I don't know. And if my opinion changes of it, I'll bring it up in the next monthly vlog. Alright, so that's everything. Channel updates, what I've played, and the things I've watched. So let's finish this up so I can get out of this hot-ass room. My god. Let's see what's going to happen during September this month. I picked up Absolver. I'll probably play some of that and see if, see how I like it. I played like maybe an hour or two of it the first day. It seems really cool, but I feel like I'm just mashing buttons and maybe doing some like stance changes. But I feel like maybe I need to be playing that better, but also I haven't felt really too challenged yet. But we'll see what happens. I haven't played it through online yet because the servers were messed up the first day. I don't know if there's any other video games coming out. I'm also cash is kind of so I don't know if I'll pick up anything during September, but we'll see. As for shows, I need to finish up Broadchurch. I'm going to watch the Netflix live action Americanized bastardization of Death Note. I already know it's bad. People are not saying good things about it, but I need to watch it for myself. I love Death Note. Death Note is one of my favorite things. I bought all the manga. I've watched the anime. I love it. If you want to fucking watch Death Note, watch the anime. It's pretty good. I'm gonna watch this live action thing so I can be pissed off. And I'll probably talk about it during the next monthly thing. It'll probably be a whole segment to itself. But who knows? Maybe I'll like it. Oh my god. And as for anything else I want to watch, a friend recommended an anime. I'm blanking on it, but you know what? I'll just bring it up on my app. It's on VRV or Crunchyroll, I guess. So let's see if I can get this brought up in a timely manner. I'm apparently not connected to the Wi-Fi in this room. I did not know that. Let's see. Anohana, The Flowers We Saw That Day. It was a show recommended by my friend of mine. He said it's very emotional. You're gonna cry. And I'm like, yeah, I'm probably am gonna cry because I cried to the season finale of Camp, the latest season of Camp. So I'll probably be tearing up a lot. But I'll probably see if I can sit down and watch that. It's subtitled, I believe. It's not dubbed, so that's one of those things where I kind of have to be in a good mood not a good mood, but in the mood to watch something like that because you have to read subtitles and stuff and you have to be paying attention 90% of the time. So if I find a good, time to watch it, there's only 11 episodes, so it should be fine. And yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I'm gonna watch or play. I might continue reading John Dies at the End, but we'll see. I need to keep up with reading. It's bad that I don't. But yeah. I think that's everything, yeah. So yeah, if you've watched all of this, thank you. You're awesome. If you haven't watched any of my other videos, maybe give them a look at. Maybe you'll like them as well. And if you do, maybe subscribe, comment, I don't know. Do what you want to do, I guess. But if you think there might be a chance that there can be something between us, in a subscriber, video creator type of level, maybe give it a chance. This is nonsense, I know. But yeah, either way, thank you for watching. You're awesome. Yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next month or whichever next video it is. I don't know how this works anymore. Time is irrelevant. Bye.